G'day everybody and welcome to another episode of Automotive Carnage, backed by Pop Demand. You all want them. It's Paul from Old School Only.
Hey.
And he's here to help the brand new project, which is a Peugeot 504.
A what?
A Peugeot. That's what I flew you over here for.
I'm going home, bro.
Fine, we'll do the Pacer then. Yes, everyone, my name's DJ and thank you for joining us on this episode. Now, if you don't know, this is Paul from Old School Only and he joined us a few months ago to build a Tirana in the shed. How's it going, man?
Mate, it's 3 months yesterday since I left to head home.
There we go.
Yeah, it's the trip home was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed every minute. A couple of little dramas, but with the right connections, we sorted it out.
That's fantastic. So yeah, we took I was about to say Peugeot. It's not the Peugeot because you don't want to work on the Peugeot.
Bro,
we took a Tirana.
I don't want to hear about the Peugeot.
Okay, that's the last time we'll say Peugeot.
We're going to throw it in the ditch down the road.
We took a Tirana out of the bush. Our friend Good Nick took a Tirana out of the bush. And it's been sitting in my yard for ages. It was all crumpled up, tin can kind of stuff. And Paul's like, yeah, I want to rebuild that. So we came over, spent 4 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks building it?
22 days.
22 days, that's right. And then you spent almost a week getting back over.
5 days
cost
home.
Another board.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Couple of small dramas, but yeah, nothing too serious.
Nothing too serious,
So, in that, Paul mentioned that he wanted to come back and help work on the Pacer, because it's, what can we say, it's an awesome car.
Yeah.
And so yeah, here we are. He's got a week.
I've got 5 days.
5 days.
5 days to hook in.
He's a busy man now. He's blooming YouTube famous. Okay, everywhere he goes, you can head up
YouTube
and
famous.
car.
I just want to give you a kick up the arse to get this thing sorted out because it's been neglected. I mean, you've neglected it.
I can't argue with that.
You've done a lot to it, but it's just taken too long.
It's taken too long.
I'm here to get things moving.
Yeah, so there's stuff that I can learn to do and we can fumble our way through it, but why not just get a professional who we obviously saw can build a Tirana, so let's get him building a Pacer and he can teach me how to do the things that I don't know how to do. So we'll do a bit of a walk around the car and point out a few bits and pieces with the body that you're going to be working on.
Yep.
Sweet. Alrighty, so this is my 1969 VF Valiant Pacer. Genuine Pacer that we found in the creek bed in the goldfields of West Australia, hence why we call it the creek bed Pacer. And last time you guys saw this, we smashed out the rolling chassis. So it doesn't move under its own power, obviously no engine yet, but you give it a good push in the right direction and it will roll, turn, all that kind of stuff. So front end's all done. We just need a new pitman arm coming off the steering box to the steering arms. And then the diff, quite frankly, I broke things and we need to reassemble the center and put that in there and it'll be good to go. So what we have Paul here for is a few body modifications. So he's just going to go over my floor pan and just fix up a few little bits and pieces of rust that I kind of just forgot about or neglected. As he said, I've neglected this car a lot. We have a crimple here just above the B pillar and it's cracked on the inside as well. So he's going to help us fix all that up. And the other main thing too is get all the doors on and get the doors all moving properly. The driver's side door never opened properly since I've had this car. And it might be a bit dark to tell, but yeah, this panel is all creaked in from where the door's been ripped open and it's all bent and buckled. So the door itself is really bad. We'll show you that shortly.
Can I just butt in on that one?
You sure can.
I've looked at that door. We're going to try and save it, but there's a high chance that we won't be able to. But we do have a really clean, good door to put on there if we need to. So I'm going to try and save it, but I'm not getting DJ's hopes up. It's almost as bad as the Tirana door.
Yeah, that one up there.
Yeah,
Which,
it's kind of like that.
Again, Paul had a good crack at trying to save the original Tirana door, but it's just too much effort for the time constraints that we have. And again, it'll be really cool to save the original door and keep the continuation of the Patina, but Patina can be replicated. And again, Paul knows how to do that. So.
Yes, we can make it look exactly how it did.
Exactly. And if we get time, we might look at doing some of this rust repairs down in here. And the boot, that needs to be massaged again as best as we can. We don't need perfect, we just need nicer than that. Was there anything else, body-wise, that we need to do?
Fair bit of work in the doors. All 4 doors need work. There's no rust in any of them, which is pretty good. This thing is, we just had it up in the air for the first time, and it's remarkably clean. Like even, show them the back here. Like in the boot.
There's another power, needs to be aligned properly.
We'll fix that. That spring is not in properly. Right. The wheel well is perfect, which is very rare on Valiants. The only rust in boot is that panel there, which is just a flat piece. We can fix that up.
But I'll show you that during the daylight.
The boot's perfect. Like this is ridiculously clean. Like I'm very impressed with it. So,
and which was really interesting because the floor was absolutely cactus. Again, that's why we had to replace the entire floor pan. But everything around it came out pretty nice. It's pretty stable. The chassis rails are good. The sills need massaging. I wouldn't say they need replacing. Just
there's a couple of bits that need on one side. The other side.
The other side, yeah.
This sill's perfect. It's dinged up. We'll pull that out. Yep. The other side, a couple of rust repairs, which we've got from the blue Pacer.
The blue Pacer, which
we've got some really good sills, which was on its roof, and that's where that floor came from. Yep. So we've got panels to fix that. Like the Tirana, I started digging in the Tirana, and I've just ordered new sills for that thing. We'll see how we go with this, but I reckon we can save these sills without pulling everything out. The big job is that. So we've got a porta power. Now the problem with this is, it's right, I don't know if you can get your camera under there. There's the brace across the top. Here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna unpick this whole brace. So I've got room, and I'm probably gonna make a hole here so I can get in there and push that out properly, and we'll make sure that this is in the right position because I think it's pushed in a little bit. So that's got to be, like, it's very, very doable. I'm confident. There's a fair bit of work in that. It's a shame that it's right here.
Yeah.
Because it was somewhere else, it'd be really easy.
There's a lot of panels meeting and a lot going on in that area. So just digging down to the layers that we need to get that out.
Certainly fix that though.
That's awesome. And then the other job I'd like to tackle if we get time is the nose is quite punched in at the front here. So if we can get that to come out, it'll be awesome.
Easy.
Again, we do have more guards which are straighter but rustier. So between the two we can make it work. But
we're going to try and save every panel on this thing.
The more original parts we can save, the better. So yeah, from there, the main mission of the next 5 days is the body. And then we can move on to, we've got wiring harness, we've got brake lines, we've got parts of the interior we can do. So there's a lot of stuff going on. We're still waiting to decide what engine we're putting in it.
No, we're not.
Yeah, here we are.
No.
Here we are.
No, we haven't. Yeah, no, we've decided. Spoiler
alert, we've had some people reach out and say that they might be able to help fix the original 225 slant 6 for us, which it would be cool. I would like to keep it matching numbers. But again, if it's just going to cost too much and it's just more viable to put a V8 in it, then we're just going to put a V8 option. But I will not, I'll tell you this now, I will not chop this body to put an engine in it.
It's sad over here, like I'm from New South Wales, and there's slant engines for $50 everywhere. I can hook him up with heaps of stuff. Over here, there's nothing. You can't buy them.
The last slant I saw for sale was $400 and wasn't a runner.
Now, if you're watching this and you're in Western Australia, if you've got a slant and you can help us out, get in touch with this fella because his motor's cactus. It needs a lot of work. Yep.
Or Markcash at Gmail. Or both, any.
Yeah. So if you've got one,
it'd be very helpful.
It would be.
And be part of the Creek Beard Pacer.
I'd really like to see a slant back in this.
Yes. It would be cool. If I was matching numbers, it'd be cool. Last thing too is, unfortunately, I still have to work. So Paul, it's all yours.
I know, he's going to leave me here by myself. He's going away even for nights. I'm like, hey, Paulie, come and give me a hand. No worries. I get here and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be here.
No, the boss rang me yesterday. He's like, oh, by the way, we're doing an overnight trip away.
Yeah. It sounds like the Tirana nightmare all over again.
Yeah, it pretty much is. So anyway, he's going to get hooking into it and we'll see what happens next.
No worries, boss.
Alright folks, it's been a day. I'm finally back from my little excursion through work down to Perth. So we're back in the shed now and let's see what Paul's been up to. What is going on here? It's a mess. Look at the size of this fan here. Oh my gosh.
Sorry mate, are you right?
Oh, how's it going?
What's your name?
Yeah, all right, here we go.
You finally decided to come and do some work, did you?
Yeah, I decided to show up. Mate, you've got some doors on here. Is that all you've been doing?
Yeah, no, I haven't done anything, mate.
Yeah, no, look at this. When I left, there was a carcass. Now we've got doors on there. Do they open?
Yep.
Next question, rightio.
Yeah, but not from down here,
though. We've got doors on this side. Now, do you guys remember how dented this one was? I'll put a picture up just in case you don't remember. And yeah, in a day, Paul has put all these doors on. They're all functioning. He's massaged this one so we can keep the original door for the original patina. Mate, you've been going pretty hard out.
Mate, I massaged all the doors. I massaged the boot. I massaged both the front guards. And now I'm massaging the sills because they're all smashed and rusted. So yeah, I've been going pretty hard, mate.
It has, and like, as you say, there was a bit of rust down here, which is now gone. There's another patch over there, which you can't even tell anymore with the little bit of extra patina he's put on there. And then what? We're working on the outside now, are we? Are you? I should say. I haven't done anything yet, fellas. I've just literally rocked up here.
Yeah, so there was no rust in this, but it was just woofed in, it just looked wrong.
Yeah.
So we've got a spare one out the back that I've managed to get a half decent piece of sill out of, which I'm about to put in. So that was all woofed in too, but that'll look fine up in there.
Yeah, fantastic. That's really, really good. And then around the back here, if you remember too, this boot was all absolutely caved in. It's now looking a lot more in shape. The profile down the side is actually correct now. And yeah, we've got a nice new bumper on there. The rear valance has been massaged into place. You might as well go home.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're still at the B pillar. We haven't done that yet. Because someone in his infinite wisdom got a porta power, borrowed it off Byron from downstream of Byron, and then decided to leave it in my car while I went to Perth.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yeah, so
that's really good.
Some of us are smart.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's about time I get cracking into something on this vehicle. So I've decided to play around with the brakes for a little bit. We'll see if we can position our new doohickey, words escape me, brake booster, proportioning valve, and try run some sort of cabling. Not cabling, but the hosing that has to go underneath through here. That's about what I can do. That's the limit of my expertise at this point, and give Paul a hand as he needs it.
Mate, I've got a list of stuff you can do, bro. Don't you worry about that. Oh, I don't know what to do. I might just do this. I've got tons, mate.
Yeah, right.
Don't look at me like that. It's not my car.
All right, let's get cracking into this thing. Alrighty, folks, here we are on a new day, and let me show you what we got up to yesterday. So Paul's absolutely smashed out this lower sill down in here. There was an absolutely massive dent here that went right up inside. So had to chop it all out and replace it with a new section, which was looking a lot nicer. I finished off this rear end here. So our rear valance is looking a little bit nice, got a bit of shape in there. Got a rear bumper on, and then I started playing around with bits and pieces inside the engine bay, trying to get those brakes sorted. So we've got our brand new brake booster in there. We've got a proportioning valve, and we're just waiting for the hoses to be able to connect it all together. And unfortunately, I can't run the main line underneath the car, because although I've got a flaring tool, I forgot to get a bending tool. So might have to use a bit of pipe to try and bend it. We'll give that a crack later on. But today's mission is all about the outside of the car now that it's down on the ground. So I'm going to focus on getting this front end back together. It has been unfortunate, our bonnet hinges are absolutely twisted. That's as low as they go. And trying to find some spare ones out here is a little bit harder than I expected. If we were still out in the goldfields where I find all the abandoned wrecks, i.e. this Pacer, I could take it to about 5 of them right now that would have a good set of hinges. Paul's got about 5 sets in his house. We just don't have any here, which is a real bugger. And what that means is that to put this front end together, really we need to start with new hinges. So I'm going to have to put the front end together and then take it all off again once we find some good hinges. But at least if we assemble the front end, it's we can get an idea of what it's going to look like and make sure our front valance and all the front panels are actually in good condition. And yeah, it'll look like really good with the rest of the car the way it's looking. Paul's mission for today, should he accept it or not? Too bad, he has to accept it.
I'm already doing it.
He's already smashing into it. Is this B pillar. So it's really crinkled up in here for some reason. I'd say it's been used in the past to roll over from this pillar, and it's just pushed everything in a little bit. You can see the door line here where this chrome trip's actually meant to be out here by about a centimetre. But instead it is flush, which is really not good. And what we've just discovered too is that the windscreen is tweaked that way by about 20 centimeters. So hopefully, as Paul pulls the B pillar back in, it's going to pull this in and yeah, hopefully smooth out the roof as well. I think that's all. We might get some time lapse today. Let's get into it. I'm really excited to make this car look like a real car. There we go, folks. Build done. She's Instagram ready. We couldn't quite help myself, so we got all the front end panels. They're all just loosely sitting on there. They all look pretty good. So our next bit's the actual work bit and actually making them all fit and align up nice and well. Front bumper we think might be a little bit bent out this way, or could just be the way that's sitting in there. It's definitely teared at the end here, which will need a bit of massaging. And I think down in there needs a bit of massage as well. Rest was looking good. We managed to get the creases out of here, as you saw. Thanks again to Paul for teaching me how to use the hammer and dolly. It's been really fun actually learning how to use it and being able to reshape steel back into where it goes. And also the garage fairies came in last night and installed our front sway bar. I was having a lot of trouble getting the rubber bushes, well they're not rubber, they're nullified bushes into the housings last night. So I just kind of walked away from it, and what you know, come back this morning and it's all done. Sway bar links are in there looking pretty. So that's me, that's what I've been up to. Guards are sitting on there nicely, and the splash guards are in. Yeah, going really, really well on the front. Again, this afternoon, we just got to make it all actually secure and strong. Yeah, so we're making really good progress today, even though it's forecast to be 40 odd degrees. So we're just taking our time. That big fan has been an absolute game changer. And yeah, we'll just keep cracking along. Well, as you do, you get a little bit distracted when you're working on cars. And Paul and I decided to get the car out into the open and give it a good wash and a clean out. Mainly on the inside, so that it's ready for the floor to get painted. Cleaned up the boot. That was a huge mess before. Absolutely full of dirt and sticks and whatnot. But while we're out here, I thought, you know, I'll just give a bit of a Scotch-Brite. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but here, we've cleaned that all back. Whereas over here, we've still got the orange left over from the goldfield. So, yeah, that's well worth doing. So I'm going to go along the whole car where there's paint left. There's no point scratching back the rust. And, yeah, we'll just get rid of all that orange tinge and get back to this nice red here for awesome sunburned patina. And yeah, she's going to look really good. And then once that's done, we'll just about be ready to penetrate it. It's going to look amazing. So as you do when you're building cars with a few mates, you get a few beverages and you're sitting around and you're discussing different ideas and you realise, actually, the body on this car is looking pretty good, so why not paint it already? So that's what we did last night. We got a bit carried away, and now the entire car has been coated in some Penetrol, and would you just look at that grille, how well does that stand out? So yeah, last night we went over it with a bit of Penetrol because we want to keep the patina look. No, we are not going to do a show quality paint job on this because we need to tell the story of the Creekbeard Pacer, and the best way to tell that story is by showing the patina and the scars that this car has got over its life. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit shiny at the moment, but we can rag that down. That's no dramas. We got our C-pillars trims back on, which is a Pacer exclusive item. So really cool to have them back on there. Now, Paul's had a really good job at punching this roof back out. So now it's got a fantastically straight line along there, and the doors work amazing. In doing so, it also made our windscreen tweak back over the way it should be. So instead of being 20 millimeters out, it's now, well, less than 5, which is absolutely fantastic. That's good enough that we can get a windscreen back in there. And again, back out to the front here. Would you look at that? Ah, it looks amazing. Paul's over here now just finishing off the headlight surrounds with their little bits and pieces. A bit of paint on there, and absolutely stoked with how this car's turning out. Today's mission will be to finish off the bonnet. We're just going to paint that satin black for now, give it a patina look as well. And conveniently enough, Paul's made a massive list here. So this is just about everything left that we need to do to this wonderful car to get to a fantastic body. We still are missing a engine and transmission. So if you've got one, let us know. Paul's twisted my arm enough now that I think we're going to keep this thing original slant 225. We do have the original motor. We got to get to the machine shop to find out if the balls are worth saving, or if we just go find another cheap $500, $200, or free. Has anyone got a free slant 225 sitting around? Then we just slap into this thing, so at least we can go cruising in it. And we can worry about the matching numbers engine later on. But we need, yeah, a slant 225. We need a 3-speed gearbox. I think we've got just about everything else we need to make it run and drive. But yeah, just missing those major components. So as Paul finishes off the headlight surrounds there, I'm going to try my hand at straightening out our front bar. It's not too bad. It's got a little bit of tweaking in it. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play with it and see what we can get out. As the sun sets on yet another day of working on the Pacer, I can't thank Paul enough. What you have done to this car just has made it progress leaps and bounds to where I would have been otherwise by myself. This car looks freaking amazing. That grille, the chrome bumper, the black bonnet with all the added patina to make it look like as if it was the original red bonnet under the black. This car is just looking super tough. Now the front end is all loosely bolted because we still don't have any hinges. We're going to go look at a wreck tomorrow that hopefully has the bits and pieces we need. We know it's a Valiant, but we don't know exactly what year it is. The old farmer isn't exactly too sure. But he's like, if you want it, you need it, come get it. It's free. So can't complain with that. So we're going to check it out tomorrow. But for now, just going to enjoy this car and how amazing it looks in the sunset. The tail lights are painted, but we've got to remove the old studs from the original tail lights. So we're going to grind those off to be able to mount the new ones in there. But they're all painted, patinaed, ready to go. This car is just blowing my mind right now. That penetrol finish on there is fantastic. It's a bit shiny now, but it's not a high gloss, it's not excessive. And it's going to naturally wear over the next couple of months anyway, especially if I leave it out to the elements for a little bit just to get that patina going. Man, it just looks incredible. I am really in love with this car. So that's it. That is where I wanted to get the car to with Paul's help over this week, and he's achieved it with a whole day spare. So tomorrow he's just going to tinker away with a few bits and pieces that I don't quite have necessary skills to do, so he's just going to finish them off, make sure the door jams and gaps and all that kind of stuff are nice in the line. There's a bit of rust in the floor that he wants to chop out. And look at it, it's so cool. I'm loving this car, it's amazing. So that's where I'm going to end my video. Thank you all for watching. Join us next time. We've got plenty more parts that we can assemble and put in this. We've got glass for the front, we've got interior pieces, we've got the brake lines we've got to put in, fuel lines, fuel tank, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be the next episode of Automotive Carnage. And who knows, this wreck we pick up tomorrow might just have all the goodies we need to finish it off. Catch you then. See you later.